Hello and welcome to episode 108 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where each and every single day for 108 days in a row now, I've provided you with a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living. It's my job. And the first thing I do is I help you to create a clear sales message. People have got to understand exactly what it is you're trying to sell to them. And secondly, I help you develop selling confidence, the ability to be relaxed, comfortable, and confident in a selling situation. In this episode 108, we're talking about the power of goals, but not like you might think or be expecting. Having goals are important. We know that. Still means some of us don't have goals. Not everybody has goals, but they are important. We kind of recognize that. But I stumbled across something a few years ago that worked for me really well, and I've tested it ever since, and it continues to deliver. And I'm going to share it with you, and it's this. When I started my business back in 2018, I wanted to hit a ridiculous number of LinkedIn recommendations because at that point I had no proof, no evidence I was any good at what I was doing, and my offering for clear sales message, so I'm going to give you some magical words and you're going to feel more confident and sell more stuff. It was a bit of an intangible, bit of a stretch. And I guess more than anything, I wanted to prove to myself I could do it and to my buyers. So I decided that I was going to try and hit 500 LinkedIn recommendations. 500. So when I worked with a client, when I gave a talk, when I did anything where people experienced me and my offering and benefited from it, I would ask them for a LinkedIn recommendation, but I'd explain to them what I was doing. I'd say, hey James, thanks for coming to my talk yesterday. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I wonder if I can ask a small favor, please. I'm trying to hit 500 LinkedIn recommendations. So if you wouldn't mind, if you could leave me one, that'd be awesome. Don't feel obliged or weird in any way. You don't have to do it, but if you could do it, it'd be a massive help. Thanks very much. The response rate to those kinds of messages is very, very high. I don't get 100%, of course I don't, but it's very, very high. And it's more compelling than, can you recommend me on LinkedIn? Yes or no? And I think the reason it's more compelling is, if I ask you without context or reason, can you recommend me on LinkedIn? Can you leave me on? You might say, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that, and never really get around to it because there's no downside. There's no negative consequence to you not doing it. If I tell you I'm trying to hit 500 and I'm asking if you can help me, which is a bit more of reciprocity, can you help me get to that goal? There is a downside to you not doing it, and you're essentially betting against me. And you'll know that if I'm focusing on 500, at whatever stage I'm at, whether I'm at 50, 200, 300 or 499, I'm going to be keenly watching every single one that comes through. So you can't really ignore it and not do it and go unnoticed. So you feel kind of obliged to reciprocate my, hopefully, good work and the way I looked after you. But also there's a negative consequence. If you don't do it, you're kind of going against me and causing me to not hit my goal. And that's not something most people want to do. So the power of goals for me is all about when you explain to somebody why you're asking them something, particularly if you've got a tangible goal. It's a bit like a few episodes ago, we were talking about QER, quantifiable end result, QER. That was episode 102. If you've got something really tangible like that, does not work for money though. So I can't say, I'm trying to hit £1 million this month, so I wonder if you'd like to buy from me. That doesn't work. But for most things besides money, it can actually work really well. Definitely when it comes to feedback, Google reviews, Trustpilot, LinkedIn recommendations, wherever you're sticking them. Having a goal and sharing it with people is a game changer. Try it out. Let me know how you get on. Don't even get me started on having reviews and recommendations and social proof. It's something that so many businesses don't have any of or enough of or anything recent. And yet all of your buyers are looking for it because they're looking to mitigate their risk, because when you buy something, you're looking for the least amount of risk possible. I digress. So the power of goals. Set yourself a goal. Start with feedback. You're trying to hit 20 Trustpilot reviews, whatever it is. Set a goal. Share a goal. Reach a goal. New soundbite for you. The power of goals helps people to do things. All right, that's it for this episode 108 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast. Episode 109 tomorrow. I'm talking about simplicity. I'm talking about how simplicity helps you to sell. And it does so because it makes your buyers believe a certain thing about you, which I'll tell you about tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for episode 109 of the Daily Sales Message, where all will be revealed. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you in the next one.